My blissful gorgeous said, Ravan approached Shukracharya, the great guru of all the demons. Master, even in your lifetime I am seeing such bad days, Ravan said to him. Shukracharya replied, Dear, I am sorry, but I have already promised Brahmaji that my science of resurrection, means Mahamrityunjaya science, will not be used except for my disciples, whom I accept from only one race, that Jaz royal race. But since you have approached me personally, I shall not let you go away empty handed. I am giving you a powerful mantra. You just go to your Nikumbala prayer room and offer oblations 10,000 times in the fire, observing complete silence. At last, the last oblation, there will arise an astral being, gigantic being. He will immortalize you for a certain period and will offer you an invincible weapon. You will become unconquerable. After receiving the mantra and the other techniques, Ravan returned to Lanka and ordered his soldiers to close all the doors of the city, and he became absorbed in his practice, in his sorcery techniques. The sun shone in its total brightness, but Ravan did not appear, and Sri Ram wondered why the doors are all locked, even it is late. We see the fragrant smoke rising up from Nikumbala Research Center, and Ravana is in great sorcerer. Ravana is a very great sorcerer. And the spies have informed us that last night he visited the planet Venus, and it must be that their spiritual master Shukracharya has suggested some invincible method. We must bring him to the battlefield before he completes the ritual. Vanaras rushed towards the esoteric temple Nikumbala Research Center, led by Angad and Hanumanji, and saw Ravan in red dress offering oblations in the fire. Even when his guards were killed and enemies were standing at the door, Ravan did not look up. He did not speak up. Wanderers understood, and they began to break the most precious, valuable instruments and important parts of the building. But even then, Ravan did not turn back. And Hanumanji threw all the sacrificial materials into the fire and slapped him and kicked Ravan. But still he kept sitting, hoping that although it was performed only by japa, maybe the ritual would still be as powerful. When his wives approached him complaining about the ruin of their palace, Ravan could not hold his passions any longer and rushed with his sword in his hand. All the Vanaras gathered about Sri Ram now. Ravan was discouraged with his incomplete effort and began to console his wives by saying, Respect and insult, loss and gain always come and go in life. Ravan appeared in the battlefield surrounded by numberless demons, and black horses were carrying their chariot which was adorned with a huge flag and flowers and golden flower garlands. In a few hours, all the Rakshasas were killed by Hanumanji and Angadji. Then a duel started with Sri Ram and Ravan. After hours of fighting, Sri Ram released 30 arrows, cut off Ravana's 10 heads and 20 arms. But immediately they sprang back up again. This encouraged Ravan and he began to shower arrows. Sri Ram again cut off the new heads and arms which arose and all over the space, over the battlefield. Ravana's heads and arms began to float, shouting, "Capture Ram! Hold Ram! Get Ram! Let him not escape!" Vanras leaped up and started catching and throwing the heads and arms into the ocean, and this went on endlessly, for cutting Ravana's heads off war no more painful than the cutting of ears. Where is the end of this magic? Sri Ram looked at the sky and asked the Divine Mother. Suddenly he remembered a special weapon and removed it. It was all shiny and he released it. All the directions were burnt up and huge swells loomed in the ocean. The sky fell from the space. The weapon pierced Ravana's navel and broke his chest with chariot. He broke his chest and also broke his chariot and killed his driver. Ravana fell down on the earth, vomiting gallons of blood. The whole firmament and entire solar system was struck with wonder. They could not contain their joy and sang and danced and showered flowers. All the directions resounded with the glorification of Bhagavan Sri Ram, and waves of festivity pervaded the entire cosmic age, my dear friends. Celebrations began. No, Reverend Empress, Lanka needs you desperately. Ram would like to see you after the funeral ceremony of the late Emperor of Lanka, Ravan. Sri Ram arrived at the cemetery and stopped all of the lamenting queens of Ravan from entering into the fire with his dead body. And Sri Ram explained that chastity was a life-pervading meditation of love and not an emotional, sentimental performance of fire entering. Remember, Sri Ram said, remember, chastity means pativrata dharma or sati dharma is a life-pervading, life-permeating meditation of love and not an emotional, sentimental performance of fire entering. Sentiment is momentary, but love meditation is life-purifying, spirit unfolding and divinity establishing. Those ladies who are really chaste never lament over the death of their beloved and vice versa. Rather, their faces light up with the light of a profound steadiness, steadfastness, and an inconceivable decision of sacrifice, which denizens even the whole body, and none of the queens of Ravana had that kind of qualification. They were lamenting and many were only shedding crocodile tears. In such cases, entering into the fire is only committing suicide. Suicide is a great sin, whereas being sati is very sacred and pious act. Sri Ram did not allow them to do this. by his extraordinary ability as an orator, he turned those ladies' attention into a new dimension of selfless service, selfless way of life. Nishkam Karma Yoga. He inspired them to practice Nishkam Karma Yoga and don't enter fire. Living life not for sense gratification but for others' happiness, public's happiness, Praja's happiness, citizens' happiness who pay taxes and who expect protection from you. Protection from misery here and protection from hellish life afterward in the astral body. This happiness becomes one's own happiness and unites with the universe on the level of cosmic consciousness and transcendental happiness. After the ceremony of installing Vibhishan, coronating Vibhishan on the royal throne, Hanumanji took Lakshman and the whole party to various places of Lanka, and they found that Ravan was a great scientist and great sorcerer and great alchemist and great politician and great tantric. His Nikumbila Esoteric Research Center was left with poor unfulfilled master plans. First was, he wanted to turn all the salt water of the ocean into sweet water. And second, to connect all the different planets by lift passages. And third was to root out the distinction between sinner and righteous person, between material and astral, and have one unsplit humanity throughout the solar system, and also bridge the physical plane with the astral plane, with the celestial plane and the transcendental plane. And humanity should live throughout the solar system, throughout all the planets. And fourth was to eliminate disease, eliminate old age, eliminate death from human physical structure. But these researches were remained unfulfilled, incomplete, my dear friends. Thank you very much. See you soon.